Of course, he's Paul Nicholls, and he's with us now. Morning, Paul.
Morning, Nick. How are you?
I'm guessing that goes down as job well done this week, does it?
Yeah, it was a great week. Horses ran well. Some really nice horses, as you said, for the future. And it was a great 3 days racing for. No one could say it wasn't 3 great days racing. And I just want to say, as I've been listening, credit to the whole team up there, John Pullen and Dan Cooper, and all their team for producing such fantastic ground in really challenging conditions. The national track was absolutely fantastic. The Marmot track was a bit faster, but it was safe enough. All ours have all come back fine. Nothing's jarred up. So that's credit to them for producing such wonderful ground.
Paul, before we talk about the horse, I just wanted to pick up on what we've just been saying. And what is it about Aintree and the Grand National that leaves such a powerful impact on people?
It does. I mean, the great saying is it's a people's race, and so many people are interested in watch it, and it's so good to hear that, all the horses are fine and all the jockeys are fine. Ultimately, be a few lumps and bumps on. That's racing, but it's great to hear that so many are all okay, and the fact it was such a wonderful race. It has changed. It changed for the better, and I think no one can argue it wasn't a great race.
Talk about some of the highlights of your week. Caldwell Potter. I don't think there were too many people in racing who were thinking he'd do a Cheltenham Festival Aintree double, but that's exactly what he's done, and up in trip as well. How much satisfaction have you got out of him these last few weeks?
Yeah, it was good. He's completely turned the corner since Windsor. I was getting plenty of advisors and plenty of advice and plenty of thoughts that he was a two-miler. But John was convinced he was. There was no way he was. He's all about stamina, really, although all his siblings aren't. He is. And, at Windsor, he ran okay, he ran to good form, to Goodley Park. But since then, he's turned the corner massively, like most of our horses have. But he's had problems with his feet. We've managed to get on top of that. And for any horse to go and win at Cheltenham and then go and win a Grade 1 at Aintree, there's not many win at both meetings these days, and I think he's the only one this year. It's great to have him back in with the potential he's got for the future. Now we know how to deal with him. It's fantastic.
One of your trademark celebrations here. Knowing you'll have already planned quite a bit of the next phase of this horse's career. What are you thinking?
Look, it was always John's ambition to buy a couple of nice horses to perhaps run in a Gold Cup one day, and that might be the ultimate aim. But we put one foot on the ladder towards that, and we haven't made any definite plans. We'll just give him a nice holiday now and then and see where we start off in the autumn. He is slightly better left-handed, I've got no doubt about that. So I don't know whether we look at something like the Betfair Chase and plan his races out a little bit. I don't think he was at his best there at Aintree because it's hard to produce them at their very best having run at Cheltenham. I think, by spacing his runs out, we can get him a lot better. We become aware of what we do to get him right. So, yeah, he's exciting horse, and I think we've only scratched the surface of his potential.
What about Kalif de Berlais yesterday? I didn't really ever think he looked like being beaten. Do you see him as a speed horse out and out?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, he's got so much jumping ability and so much class. I was a bit disappointed I couldn't run him in the Arkle, to be honest with you. We went the 2.5 route because, again, John came bought him really thinking he might be a Gold Cup horse one day. But, that was always John's dream. But he's ultimately all speed. And, he's very much a two-miler. And I think he'd have gone very close to it if I'd have been able to run him in the Arkle, But, keeping him nice and fresh was good. And he's very exciting. So, again, nice holidays now. And then we'll try and make some plans. I said he's got his, foot on the first step up the ladder towards a champion chase, and that's where ultimately I'd like to think he could go. He's got that great speed and jumping ability, so he's exciting, and he's 5.
And although Regent Stroll was defeated, I half wondered if in the cold light of day he might have been the one that excited you the most. Yeah,
he hasn't been the easiest to train. The others are quite straightforward. He's mentally quite fragile and very immature, and that's got that would improve. But yesterday was by far and away his best, and he dealt with all the razzmatazz travelling up there on the occasion. And I love the way he winged the last, and he's still quickened from the last and just got caught. So, yeah, no, he's again a horse for the future. We haven't really been too hard on him, and he will definitely be jumping fences in the autumn, and I think chasing will bring out the best of him. And I think over the next couple of years, then there's a lot of improvement to come. And yeah, he's a super horse for next year as well.
And do you think you'll be emboldened to take the hood off at some point? Will you be able to do that?
Yeah, someday. I thought just because it ain't because of the occasion and all the razzmatazz going on, it was the right thing to do yesterday. Ultimately, yeah, you do get to a point where as they learn and get experience and get better in themselves, you can do, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference. I was just thrilled with the way he actually jumped and went about things yesterday, and you know, as I said, those guys that own them, Jed and Sir Alex and Paul Hogarth and the Hales family and Peter Doan, they just love having, I think Neil Smith's involved with that horse. There's a great bunch of lads that, they love the sport. They're involved in it for the pleasure and the fun they get by being involved in such a wonderful sport. And I'm under no pressure to be in a hurry with them. And I just keep saying to Jed, Rome wasn't built in a day, and he'll get there and be a smart horse in time.
And are these guys, you mentioned 6 or 7 names there. Yeah. Are they going to get more stuck in? Are there going to be more of these horses coming through to Ditcheat in the next 6-7 months? Have you got the raw material to go to battle with?
Well, we're getting there. Obviously, and they're very enthusiastic guys. We bought horses for sales on Friday, which Jed ultimately will get all his mates involved. John Hales was fantastic because he'd always put the money down and then bring his pals into it. And I'm sure Jed and the others are as keen as ever. And I think they love the game so much that we'll be. They've got lovely horses with me, lovely horses with Dan, and I'm sure they won't be stopping where they are.
Paul, thank you very much. Just finally, all the Grand National horses come back okay? Yeah,
they were all a can-do kid out. Obviously, had quite a nasty fall and galloped all over, and so did Cobby. Cobby's actually not riding today because he's sore, and can-do kid's a bit sore, but he's okay. It's just a shame he was following Iron Maximus, travelling really nicely, and just made an ultimate mistake that cost him any chance. But great news, all 5 of them are A1 and back, and look forward to another day.
Paul, thanks.
Thank you, Nick.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.